Investment Challenge Day 9. This is what we will be talking about today. Some macroeconomics, mostly how I see 2017, my general thoughts. And we're going to speak some more gaming. As you already figured out, I'm really into gaming. I think it's a bright future. So starting with 2017. What's bullish about 2017? And basically the markets, they look so strong. No matter what happens, like, okay, the Italian referendum, oh, no matter what. Well, let's just continue up. Brexit, Trump, no matter what's going on in the world, markets just keep going up. Everything looks very strong. Unemployment numbers in the United States is less than 5%, and this is very, very, very low. And that's also one of the big indicators that the economy is doing well. And the free fall of oil we've been seeing for some time now seem to have stopped, stabilized, and started trading upwards again. And that is also something that's good for the market. Falling oil prices will create some chaos. So that's what I feel is bullish, and was telling me we're supposed to continue going up. So what's bearish? What's dangerous out there? First of all, let's look at the uncertainty. We don't really know what's going to happen with Trump. He's kind of a wild card, and even though some of the stuff he said in the election, he kind of changed his mind about a lot of this stuff, and some of the things that he wants to do, he's not going to be able to do. So we don't really know what's going to happen. But as I said, he's a wild card, and he could, come up with lots of stupid ideas to frighten the market, more or less. We have the Brexit. Nothing really happened yet, and it's probably going to take some time. But again, I feel that this could create some uncertainty. Italy, we haven't seen yet what's going to happen, but this is the most recent in a chain of events that's going to shake up the European market. And then we have Greece. Nothing at all is solved with speaking about Greece. They are still in the same really bad position as they were when the markets dropped because of the uncertainty about Greece. So none of that is resolved. And that's the uncertainty. How about the facts? Interest rates will go up, and what this will mean, we don't really know yet, but we know that will happen. Also looking at the VIX index, and that's basically how scared people are, how much fear we have in the stock market. It's very, very low if you look at that one. And that normally means that something will hit the market. And it doesn't mean that it's something enormous, but something will hit to make people sell off. People shouldn't be as confident as they are at the moment. That's what I feel. And then there's the housing market and the amount of debt people get into. If we look at Stockholm, for example, the square meter price for an apartment could be 100,000 kroner per square meter. And if we look at that, what it really means is that most people do not have 100,000 just laying around. So most people are not able to pay for 1 square meter. And that means if you want a big size apartment, about 100 square meters, that's 10 million kroner. First of all, you have to find 1.5 million as the down payment. And how you're going to get that, more or less, if you have that in assets, it's going to be a lot of assets you tie up in an apartment. And then you're going to have a loan at 8.5 million. That means so much of everything you own is going to be one apartment. And in my mind, the apartment, it shouldn't be more than 20% of the total net worth of you. Otherwise, you're too heavily invested in your apartment. But that's just my opinion. And if the interest rates goes up, what's going to happen to the housing market? This is also kind of scary to me. So overall, I would say that I'm bearish, or I would say that I'm really careful. And I also have to think like this when I'm doing my challenge, because Normally when I invest, it doesn't really matter if I believe the market is going up or down, because I can go both long and short, but I cannot do that here. And also, if I'm wrong with my prediction, I could always sell or buy back. So if I think the market is going up and I'm buying and it's turning down, I'm just selling everything off. But in this challenge I have to buy and I have to hold for a year. So my general thinking will be I have to find something that will go up when the market is going up, and it needs to go very little down if the market goes down. And this is why I found gaming. And if we start looking at the first company here, I'm looking at Activision Blizzard. It's trading at 37 and it's got an all-time high of 44. And I don't really see a risk in this one, even if it's, of course, if the stock market is, if you talk really big crash, is going down. There's no getting around that. But even if the economy goes down, I don't think people will play less. I think people will play even more. And that makes this company not so fragile to the market. And these are some numbers. And first of all, if we look at the games, Call of Duty, Guitar Hero, we have Overwatch, StarCraft, Warcraft, the biggest games out there basically. And these are not one-hit wonders. These will continue to be played. And third quarter, I'm not going to go into the numbers more than this. We had, or they had 482 million monthly users. And compared this to, I found the 2013 International Ice Hockey Federation number of active hockey players of 1.64 million. That's hockey. So it's so enormously big. 10 billion hours of play. And this is not gaming, this is just Activision Blizzard, so they are so big. If you look at the graph here, we have a really steady uptrending stock with a slight downswing here. And you see, I can actually see here, it's been, it looks like it's reversing. This is perfect. I tried to figure out why it went down, can't really figure it out. So this is the perfect spot for me to buy in, because I'm easily thinking this will go up to 44 if nothing strange happened. And yeah, it did double in a year, more or less, but I don't see that as a problem. I think it will continue to grow. And then we have Take-Two Interactive. We have Civilization, GTA, Max Payne, a lot of really famous titles here as well. And looking at this graph, it's basically straight up. And sure, I would like to see some kind of drawdown to buy in and not buy at all-time high, but this stock looks so strong and it's trending so well, so this could actually also be a possible buy for me. And it looks like in this rate is going up with about 40% per year, and that's easily covering my 20% goal. So both of these companies are very probable buys for my portfolios. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. So thank you.